If ultimately everything is just a dance of universal oneness, why even bother engaging? Why taking actions? Why choosing one thing over another? What does it matter to us? Is it all just consciousness? If you are into the non-dual understanding or the consciousness-only model, the foundation is that everything is made of universal consciousness. We share our consciousness with everything and everyone. So by the end of the day, it's all just the dance of universal oneness. But is it really so easy that we could just relax back, see the suffering in the world, the injustices, and just say that, well, it's all just consciousness. Ultimately, everything is peace and love. And I'm actually not denying that. I'm in full agreement of that. That's how I see it. That's how I understand it. But, or actually, knowing that is a source of resource. That ultimately, nothing can be destroyed, nothing is lost. But I don't live from the absolute perspective. I live as a localization of the absolute perspective. I am the universe localized as a human being. And for the human being, it does matter what happens in manifestation or in the world. And I guess you could get stuck in theoretical argument that does the human being even exist? And I would probably agree with both scenarios, depending on which viewpoint you take. But it seems like people who are rooted in being, who are embodying the truth, who has let go of ego, or seemingly so, I guess we could never know from the outside, they don't seem to be oblivious to the suffering in the world. Quite the opposite. They seem to care deeply about humans and animals and the welfare of society. They seem to care. They seem to support the sick, speak from kindness and love. And if the ultimate truth was that everything is one, nothing matters, that wouldn't be our inclination. That wouldn't be the way the universe manifests through the human form. So personally, I think there's something else going on. The way that the universe manifests through a human is through love. And the actions this human does is, from the absolute level, part of the universal dance. But so is my resistance, so is me speaking up, so is my kindness, me caring about the welfare of others. It's like this phrase that consciousness is trying to wake itself up. And from a universal perspective, from the absolute, well, consciousness is never asleep. But on the level of a human, there are so many other humans that don't know that they carry the light inside them. They are the source of their own happiness, their own love. They don't need to be enslaved by their mind. All those self-critical thoughts, believing that they're not worthy of love, that they don't have innate value, they can be liberated from believing that. And now I might sound like a crusader, forcing truth on people. And I am not in favor of that in any scenario. If you want my full deep dive in that, I have this video about how much suffering we can create by trying to force truth on each other. No, the way you help consciousness awaken itself is by unconditional love. Aligning yourself so that I speak from love. I speak from truth, and that doesn't always mean convincing other people. It might look different in every scenario. A story came to mind, and I wish I was able to quote exactly where it comes from, but I think it is a story about the Buddha. Might also come from the Vedas. I'm not sure. Apologies for that. I'm not the source of religious scriptures, but the story goes, this master or this teacher, I think it's Buddha, but he has a seeker coming up to him, and he asks, does God exist? And Buddha says, no, he doesn't. And next to him, he has one of his disciples. And the next day, another seeker comes and asks the Buddha, does God exist? And the Buddha says, yes, he does. And once the seeker leaves, the disciple gets a bit confused and asks, well, yesterday you said God didn't exist, and today you say that God exists. What do you actually mean by that? It sounds like you're contradicting yourself. And the Buddha says something along the line of, I'm not trying to teach people the truth. I'm trying to guide them home to themselves. And depending on where they are, they need different guidance. For some people, it's about letting go of their idea of God, because that keeps them hostage. For other people, it is to go looking for a God that may or may not exist. But that momentum is what's going to guide them closer to their own truth, to guide them closer home. And one of my influences on the non-dual path that has been tremendously valuable for me is Rupert Spira. And he has this way of phrasing, which I absolutely love. He says that if you want to go somewhere, you need different directions depending on where you start. So if I'm going to guide you on how to go to Copenhagen, I cannot give you the same directions if you're located in Gothenburg, Sweden, or if you're located in Utah, across the Atlantic Ocean. Those directions are going to be very, very different. But ultimately, it will bring us both to Copenhagen. There's a difference between forcing truth on people and guiding them or supporting them to see truth in themselves, to show them love rather than to talk about love, about truth, about peace. Yes. And for me personally, this is an ongoing journey. I mean, it has been a journey for a long time, but something that helps me a lot is actually this YouTube initiative, and very much the comment section. There are people agreeing with me or disagreeing with me or doing comments, and from the look of it, maybe have misunderstood what I point to. And I can approach that as though I know the truth and let me correct you. But that isn't truth. That's not coming from truth. That's my mind having made a position that I think that this is right. Let me tell you what the truth is. No, I don't know. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe this person is showing a light on where I have actually hold on to something. Me ending up in an intellectual debate with someone that didn't invite my opinion on their thoughts, that's not love. I mean, I just did it, didn't I? I said what's love and not love. For me, that wouldn't be coming from love in that scenario. And I have to be very mindful when I answer a comment. And usually I actually try to do it quite as a sadhana, as a practice. What is truth want to convey in this situation, in this specific comment? Can I receive it with love? Can I communicate communicated with love. One of my Sama yoga teachers, Sanna, she has this way of phrasing, can I speak with sweetness on my tongue? She doesn't mean sweetness as in, or this is how I interpret it, she doesn't mean sweetness as in fake kindness. She means it in, can I really feel love for this person? If I was that person looking to go home, or not even knowing that there is a home, how would sweetness talk to that person? Speaking with sweetness on your tongue, even in comment sections on YouTube, in all your interactions, including the one to yourself. Maybe I got a bit sidetracked there. I think the core message was that ultimately, yes, we're all one. Conflict happening on Earth or in this manifestation will not affect consciousness. It will not harm it. Nothing will be reduced. But from the localization's point of view, the experience that will occur shifts. The love that wants to speak through me can be more or less dimmed. As a localization of the universal consciousness, manifested form matters. It matters to me. I care about people. I care about the world, and I care about our society. And for me personally, that is not in any way in conflict of the greater truth that everything's one. It's all a dance of the one. Living as a localized little human in the vast piece of the one universal consciousness. Yes. But now I'm a bit curious. What are your thoughts on this? How do you relate to being a human while still grasping with this idea that we're all one? I guess all we can do is support each other, exchange ideas, show what it's like to live from my perspective, and hear what it's like to live from your perspective. What a gift to give to each other. Finding truth together. Finding our way home. Reality is calling me back, or reality. Yeah. Thank you for sharing this moment with me, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, my friend. Okay.